Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in the Season of Discovery. Last episode, we found Mancrick's beaten wife. We haven't told him about the news yet, but we did slay many Quillboar to get some revenge for Mancrick, and we have 60 Quillboar tusks for him. We'll eventually bring those back to him, but we have to slay some more Quillboar. We also learned a new ability. Well, we found a new ruin. Master Channeler. Your drain life is no longer channeled. Lasts 15 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. Costs 100% more mana and heals you for 50% more each time it deals damage. Awesome. It's an awesome ruin. We're using it right now. And we're combining that with Haunt. Great combo. It feels like we just can't lose health when we do it. Like, I'm enjoying this combo so much more than the last combo we were using. It's like, look at this, guys. Like, we're healing for so much. You really don't even need Hath Dog. Alright, so we're going to go over here. There's a lot of bristleback thornweavers and geomancers on this side. And then we will probably go back to Camp Tarajo and we'll take a flight back to Crossroads. And then we'll turn those quests in. Still got 42 minutes on our Boon of the Black Fathom. So we'll have 20% movement speed for a little bit longer. And I'm looking into getting another ruin today, guys. We want to get Shadowbolt Volley. And we have to go to the Northern Barrens for that. So we got a lot to do this episode. And then I hope next episode we can get into a Wailing Caverns. Because there is a staff that we want to get, guys, and a ring. Probably really focus on dungeons after this. So many Quillboar that we have to take down, guys. It's good that we combined these two quests, though, together, the Tusks and the Tribes at War. Yeah, the dot damage is just too strong. There's another Thornweaver over here. And I hope you guys are doing well today. You've probably seen that my hardcore warrior died. That was too bad. Such a dumb death. I wanted to, like, skip past these trolls in Shringlethorn Vale, and it just snowballed. Pretty much over 100 hours just gone down the drain just because I wanted to run through an area a little bit faster. But it wasn't that bad at first. Like, I only pulled one thing at first, and then it became two things, and then it became 3 trolls, and then 4 or 5, and then it just got out of control, and I panicked at that point, and I lost the character. Not too sure if we'll go again. But we probably I probably will. I'm thinking about it at the moment. But it was a shame messing up like that. We were doing so well. But I got a little bit greedy. Tried to speed things up. It's never worth it, guys. Doing stuff like that. But I learned my lesson. You gotta really watch out when you're in those troll camps in Stranglethorn Vale. But that's hardcore, though. That was my first, like, real death in hardcore. So it was an interesting experience, and I did have a feeling of loss, and you don't really get that in many games these days, and that's the cool thing about hardcore. There's just that, like, panic feeling of, like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. It just happens out of nowhere. And I dropped a target dummy, and then I tried to hearth out, but that didn't work out. I really should have just fought. Could have used AoE fear too, but I don't know if that would have helped. Probably would have just pulled more trolls. It got really out of hand at the end. But I don't know, maybe I'm going to take a break for now. We're not done with hardcore. I'll probably have another hardcore playthrough eventually, but at the moment I just want to enjoy Season of Mastery. I've been having fun playing the Warlock, and the season won't last forever, right? So I want to enjoy that, and if I ever do hardcore again, it's going to be 100% on a human warrior. I want to finish the job. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And the thing is, this video, I'm doing this like a day or two before the actual death, or when the video comes out where I died on my warrior, but who knows, maybe in a couple days I'll just be like, you know what, let's do it, let's go again. We'll see. Really silly death, though. But that's usually how it happens. I had moments like that on my rogue, too, my first hardcore character that I got to 60. But I always just had Vanish to get me out of the situation, so it was awesome. And then I had one situation like that on my warrior, and just game over. I was not saved by the target dummy. There's so many things I could have done, and you think about all that stuff in your head, but it's hard to process all of that in a quick amount of time, when, because it starts out, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm all right. You know, we can handle these like 3 mobs, and then boom, this like patrol came out of nowhere, and then it was 5, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then it turned into like 6, 7. It was brutal. I think I might have panicked a little too much when we got 5. Because that's when I was like, you know what? We're going to health pot, use target dummy, and then just try to hearth out. But this scout just didn't allow that to happen. All right, let's head down here. Turn this quest in. Yeah, it was kind of rough. And if you guys noticed, like a few episodes ago, I was probably a little bit under the weather. And that was because I died that day. And it was, I was a little upset, to be honest. That's how it goes. But it wasn't that bad, you know. There's people who lose level 60 characters, man. I imagine that's just heartbreaking. The thing that I'm upset about the most is we just got our mount. It was like around 90 to 100 gold. And I didn't really get to enjoy it for that long. That was kind of a shame. But knowing me, we'll probably go again. Most likely. And who knows, guys? Maybe on the 17th or when this video comes out, we'll be going again. I have to I have to think about that. Because we are almost 25 on the lock, and then we'll just be focusing on or end game, just dungeon farming and the BFD raid, and then some battleground fun. I'm just kind of debating on what I want to do. Do I want to make an alt? Because it would be cool to have an alt. Try another class in Season of Discovery. So I'm thinking about that too. We'll see what happens, guys. But if I ever play hardcore again, for sure playing a human warrior on Defies Pillager. Got to finish that journey. Need to go again. Ah, yes, filled with joy because finally Snort, the bristleback, know my tribe's pain, orc. That is how I should feel, but that Snort is not the case. You aid your people and they honor you. Mangletooth aids his people, and what do? They turn their backs on him. They forget him and leave him to rot in cage. I aid them even from locked behind bars, and they send no one to save me. All right, so here is blood shards of Amagon. Along the thorns, the blood-affected Snort. Other aspects of earth, blood, redstones mixed in with other minerals. The bristleback dig up these shards and carry them as totems, Snort, for strength in battle and as totems for their magics. I know the secrets of that magic. Bring Mangletooth one of these blood shards to show you understand. Bring Mangletooth many of the shards, and he will bless you with the Quillbore magic, the magic of Amagagan. Alright, so here we go. We got some shards on us. Our tribes flock to the thorny areas throughout the Barrens, Snort, because these are holy places, but none as holy as Razorfen. Amagamagan's body makes up the entirety of Razorfen, but the Downs are especially protected because the entrance is made from his great maw. It will swallow whole those not loyal to him and spit out their bodies after he chewed them up. Agamagan has left his body behind to protect us, and he gives us his spirit so we may protect him. Ah, you do understand. My words were not lost on your ears, Orc. Mangletooth may be caged, but no cage can stop Amagagan's power. The touch of the shard, the feel of it, it has been a long time, Orc. Do you know what it's like to have your power severed from you? But that is a tale for another time. I promised you information. I promised you Amagagan's power. My peoples turn their backs on Mangletooth. Now I lose you upon them. Okay, so there we go. We'll pick up a trail from within. 3 of my tribe came out from the crawl to lead the raid against the horde orc. They are ruthless and cunning, and if you defeat them, then your crossroads and even most of the barons will learn peace, at least from the Razormane tribe. Nak, Kuz, and Loch Orkbane are the ones you seek. They are far to the south of the barons. One is a spellcaster, another is a tracker, and their leader, the one called Orkbane, is a warrior. Kill them, Orc, like they have killed me. Alright, so he has a bunch of these buffs you can get. Spirit of the Wind's the best one. It gives you speed. It's my favorite one. Bring Mangletooth 10 blood shards, and I will bless you with great speed. You will run with Zevra, and the wind will be jealous of you. It will not last long, but it should be enough to help you travel throughout the Barrens. Good. Go with the Amagagan's spirit as your guide, Orc. Return to me if you desire more of Amagagan's magics. So there we go. We got this. So it increases movement speed. I don't know if if it's stacking with Boon of Blackfathom. Doesn't really seem like it. You only get it for 5 minutes, and it costs 10 shards. And it's probably not faster than taking the the Wind Rider. So we're going to take the Wind Rider to
Where can I send you today,
X
adventurer?
Roads. Pretty sure we turned in all the quests there. And then we'll be making our way north, guys, to hopefully get Shadowbolt Valley. But yeah, the next time I play the warrior, I'm going to be more careful. I was already careful. That's a funny thing. It's just I got tricked by the low level of the trolls. I just thought that, hey, you know, I'm not going to pull anybody. I'm level 43. And if I do pull one, I'm only going to pull one. The funny thing is all the other trolls pulled each other. I didn't really see that happening. But that's how things got out of control. They didn't aggro onto me because of me. They aggroed onto me because of other people attacking me, and they were patrolling around the area. So, take it slow, guys. That's all I got to say with hardcore. I've heard that tip so many times, but, you know, sometimes you just forget. Yeah, here we are. Let's have a chat with Mancrick. And we will tell him about his wife.
I came to the crossroads from the south seeking help, adventurer. But I find only cowards who turn their backs on me. Even the mighty Thor insults me so.
Back.
He is a good leader, but his dismissal of my plea causes me greater anger. He claims my rage makes me hasty, that it clouds my judgment, but I will not rest until I have vengeance.
Adventurer, you take my task seriously, and for that I thank you. Although my desire for revenge remains, I can at least smile seeing that the Quillboars have felt pain themselves.
I understand. Thank you, adventurer.
And there we go. He now knows about his wife. Now we're heading north. I guess we'll turn in some of these quests. This one's gray now. Winnicky Bolt Bucket. But up here, probably do a few quests up here. At least we got a little bit of speed. And the thing about hardcore, guys, you eventually die. It doesn't matter how far you get. Like, it's really rare for somebody to get to, well, let alone get to 60, but get to 60 and then, like, do all the raids to get best in slot, the best gear in the game. That's, to be honest, that's, like, the goal for me as a hardcore player. That's what I would want to do. Because I've already gotten to character 60, but after that, you want to get, like, amazing gear, too. And your epic mount and all that stuff. And during that journey, it's rare for you not to run into a wipe or near-death experience. So that's the whole part of the journey, man, in my opinion, is eventually you do. Probably will die. Some people don't, though. Some people go all the way. A rare few do. Like, I'm amazed that there's people clearing Nax like that have cleared Naxxramas in hardcore. It's insane. Because like I've raided, like I've done all the raids in Classic. I tanked them, and I think we had people die almost every raid. At least one person die. For sure, like, for sure. So it happens. You can only be, like, so prepared. You got to prepare more in hardcore, though. Like, that's the thing about Classic. It's all preparation. I wasn't really prepared. And it was weird because I logged out in an area. You know, in a zone where there's mobs. Like, usually I log out at an inn. So this was just a weird experience, I guess. I guess my mind, or I wasn't really just in the zone yet. I just did something dumb.
Interesting.
I'm very busy with my work, Warlock. Unless you have something for me, it'd be the best if you
Oh,
give me
what's
a phone.
this? A samoflange, as you say. What's a samoflange? Ah, but look at the way it moves when you handle it.
That's like a
And
good
there's the
quest for
sound of
us.
intricate gears inside.
Bad.
Oh my. I want to fix it and see what it does, don't you? I
Sure.
want to fix the
Can I turn this
samoflange,
in?
but to do that, I'm going to need some supplies.
Or take
I
a
ran out of
drac?
17.5 gauge nugget slugs, and I'm going to need a bunch of those for the work ahead. The closest place to get them is the sludge fen to the east. The venture company usually keeps them in their tool buckets. Go to the sludge fen and look in the tool buckets you find there. Then return to me when you've gathered enough nugget slugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna be itching to go, but to try again. I just keep thinking. I can't stop thinking about it. And it's been tough, like doing these episodes and not telling you guys about it because I didn't want to ruin it, right? But it was interesting. I haven't had a feeling like that, like a death feeling in a game, since like Diablo 3 Hardcore. It was the last time I ever really like felt that way about a character dying and losing all my stuff.
Ashenvale is a divided land, but our most recent efforts have been very successful. We not only have an outpost at the Zoram Strand, but another just north of here called Splinter Tree. I recently deployed a few scouts into Ashenvale, and I need a runner to take them their orders and bring me back a report of what they have observed. Your first stop should be the Zoramgar outpost, along the coast to the west, at the Zoram Strand, to locate the first runner. You also need to stop at Splinter Tree Post to the north and along the road to the east near Ajara. You will find a scout and an outrider there.
We'll do that later.
Give them each a report, and from them, get an update on their findings.
We'll eventually head into Ashenvale, guys. Yeah, Shadow Bolt Volley, guys. That's what we're going for today. Probably give it a try. See if we like it. I hope it's a chest ability, because we only have one. And I haven't been really using Daemonic Grace that much since we got switched to Master Channeler and Haunt. But it helps. You know, when I use it, our pet's dodge chance goes up by quite a bit, and our chance to critically strike with attacks goes up by 30%, so should be using it much more. Probably like right before we cast. We should probably use it. Or at least before we use Haunt. Alright, so we gotta get a soul shard, guys. Alright. This draft soul should do. Okay, so let's do the combo to him. I feel like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat when I do play this Warlock spec. Your soul is mine. And I watched my buddy play the new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1. I watched the story. It reminds me of the World of Warcraft story. That's all I'll say. I don't want to ruin it. But it was funny. I'll just say the story's kind of cheesy. that's all I'll say. forget the word that they kept saying over and over again. Kind of want to look it up. Yeah, so they say this word timeline over and over again. Like, you hear it so many times that I honestly told my buddies, I'm like, if you had a drinking game where you, like, did this story and, like, every time they said timeline, you had to drink, you'd be loaded. Like, it's brutal, man. They just keep saying the same thing over and over again. They just keep talking about timeline. I'm not going to explain any more about the story because I don't want to ruin it, but you get a good laugh from the amount of times they say that word. Oh, look at that. We get some nugget slugs here. What the heck's this guy's problem? I just want your nugget slugs. Your soul is mine. That'd be a cool name for a warlock, Shang Tsung. That'd be awesome. That might be the best warlock name. Other than Gul'dan. Oh, did we get the... Oh, you might as well get these nugget slugs. You have to go up here anyways. There's some more here. I think we forgot to pick these up. I don't think we'll be able to. We'll see. Yeah, that crit there. That's how you do it. You gotta use Demonic Grace before we cast Haunt. I'm becoming a big fan of Haunt, man. Doesn't look as cool as Chaos Bolt, but man, it's an awesome ability. Oh, look at that quest. Ignition. Guess we'll pick this quest up. Oh, this is getting a little wild over here, guys. This is how my my Warriors Hardcore death started. Just with two guys pulling two, and then like another third got pulled, and then nice little patrol came, and that's when I knew things were getting a little hectic. I think we'll be okay today, though. I hope. All I gotta say is don't underestimate low-level characters or low-level mobs. They can kick your ass. I'll probably never skip by mobs ever again. Who knows? Well, not in hardcore. We'll see. I doubt I can keep that promise. We'll probably get a little greedy eventually, like we always do. Should probably make a soulstone after this. Make one now. How's Halfdock doing? I hope he's doing alright. I don't suppose Sputtervalve sent you. I'm in a bind here. I hopped in without realizing that I need a key to unlock the Shredder's movement column. One of the other Shredder operators asked me if everything was okay, and I panicked. Instead of telling him that I was missing my key, I told him there was some sort of mechanical problem. We need to get out of here on the double. Go up to the control room at the top of the derrick. The supervisor should have a key for the Shredder. Help me out here. Alright, so let's do this. Off to the top. He's running for help there. Oh, I got the ignition key. Nice. That was pretty quick. Now we're flying up here. We got a Raider's short sword of strength. Not bad. Play half dock will be okay. Another one. So we got the ignition key. I'm looking for a supervisor though. Inventory's full. Oh no. I'll get rid of some of these shards. Elixir of giant growth. Cool recipe. Also need some more of these nugget slugs. Yeah, I wonder where he is. Should be around here somewhere. I think he'd be up here. Named Supervisor Lugwizzle. Well, we got the key. I guess we'll do the ignition quest. We'll get a couple more nuggets while we're going down here. Thought we would find him up here, but I guess not. We didn't kill him by accident, I don't think, either. Maybe he's on a bottom level, or could be somewhere else. You were here? No. He has to be up there. Not too sure what to think here. We pull aggro off by doing that? No? Alright, well, we got all the nuggets. Still looking for the supervisor, though. And I doubt he would be down here. Like, this is where you would think a supervisor would be. In this room here. But I could be wrong. I guess we'll turn this in. I think it's an escort quest. From what I remember. Yeah, who knows? It's gotta be in here. Maybe there's like something we gotta turn on to like get this. Maybe we have to get the ignition, do the ignition key quest thing come up? I don't know. I'm a little lost. It's not down there. Maybe there's another rig. They're starting to spawn again. This lasts so long. The soul siphon? Or the drain life? Yeah, I'm not too sure what to think about this. I guess I'm just... I just don't know where he spawns. Oh, more spawning now. But no supervisor. We got the key, though. I wonder who we got the key off of. Oh, there he is. Speaking of the devil, there he is, Supervisor Lugfizzle. Alright, let's deal with this guy. Alright, let's make sure we do the right thing. I want to make sure he goes down. Train. The inventory's full. No! What the heck? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh. Didn't think of that, did you? Oh man. Okay. What do we throw away? Guess like a stack of these shards. There's that stamina sword. Let's throw another stack away of these shards. We'll make some bandages while we wait. We can make like 5 more. That was like the silliest thing we could have done. What you want to do is you want to drain his soul. And then we get like a shard. It's called like the Soul of Greed. And we didn't get it there because we messed up. And we waited a while here. Like he wasn't even spawned when we got to the top. There's a level 25 Warlock with the Metamorphosis rune. I see a lot of like tank Warlocks just running around the world as a tank. I guess it's pretty strong. It's probably pretty hard to die. And I would assume the Warlock tank damage is pretty good. I guess we'll just farm up here for a bit. Hopefully we don't, you know, run out of space. Hope no one else has to slay the supervisor. Maybe we have like a quest to do it. We could wait, I guess. Just do this escort quest. Uh-oh. Somebody coming up here, though. Iron Chaff. I wonder how long it would take him to spawn. Took a while last time. I can't... Oh, man. Whatever, we'll just do this quest. I'm going to jump down here and I hope there's another Echeyake hunter pet. I've seen so many of those. Alright, let's have a chat with Schneed. Or Whizzlecrank Shredder. Quick, we need to get out of here before someone gets suspicious. Right back. If this looks like the right key, let me just make sure I know how to work this thing. Rotation control. This regulates speed and stability. Fine arm movement control. Just look at this. I can't believe the venture company could design something this much better than ours. I've got to get this back to Ratchet.
Glad I could help.
We're going to get the flaring baton after this. I suppose I'll learn as we go. Couldn't be too hard. Just some buttons here and a leveler or two. Well, are you ready to go? There you go. Gave him the key. All right, all right. I think I can... I think he said I... What did he say? Arg, this isn't right. Oh, he's learning how to work the shredder, I guess. It's good that he's tanking for us. Okay, I've got it now. Follow me. That's right, you keep going. Keep going with that shredder. This guy's pulling everything. This Warlock? I wonder what he's doing. Probably farming something. These guys must drop like a... maybe a green that he wants. Looks like he's using Master Channeler. We lost the boon of Black Fathom, guys. Character feels pretty damn slow. He's using a succubus pet with his, that's a Warlock tank. I wonder why. Maybe more damage. There's the stolen shredder. Stop it, or Lugwhistle will have our heads. Our hides, sorry. I'll tell him to tank that guy. Looks like we're out of the woods. Hey, wonder what this does. Come on, don't break down on me now. I don't think this blinking red light is a good thing. Looks like you got knocked out of the shredder. Looks like you'll have to go ahead to Ratchet and tell Sputter Valve. That I've wrecked the shredder. I'll stay behind and guard the wreck. Hurry. Hopefully no one will notice the smoke. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to go back to Ratchet eventually. But first, we're going back up here. I guess we got to go find that Supervisor Lugwhistle again. This time we'll have a little bit of space in our bags. No, run! Run! This guy's a Warlock, no, it's a rogue. I wonder if he's walking around up here. Oh, there he is. Tag him. No, dude. Nice. Nice, we got it. Or you'll live, buddy. You'll live. Alright, so I think we got the soul agreed, did we? Did we get it? Something came in. No, we didn't. We just got a soul shard. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Is there a quest to kill that guy? There has to be. So we're supposed to get a soul of greed in here. But we didn't get it. It's kind of crappy. Get rid of these soul shards. Is that any good now? Yeah, we don't need these anymore. Damn it, that was so BS, man, going up here with this rogue. And then I always mess up with these quests, the drain soul quests. I did the same thing in Durotar with what's that guy's name? At the like Orc and Skull Rock, and this guy's here now too, so I gotta like deal with the Warlock. And hopefully it'll work. Probably on the same quest as me. Or he wants to get the same rune. I hope it works out. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get it last time. Alright, so we have one slot. I'll just wait. Where the key? Oh, maybe he doesn't want to do this. Hope he gets the key and... then we can do this. I wonder if he knows about this soul shard. This guy's like, what the heck do you mean? Maybe I would assume that's why he's here. Like, why else would you be here? Other than, you know, the key for the key for the shredder. Yeah, this reminds me of when we were in Skull Rock. We had to, like, fight the boss, like, 3 times before we got the soul we wanted. When you mess up on this, like, you gotta wait a while. I don't think we messed up that time, though. We just didn't get the right soul. Pretty sure, like, it would look different. The other ones did. We went over them. Pretty sure I didn't delete them. It just said soul shard. What happened to him? He died? You should get a Void Walker to help tank. And in one more level, 22, we can use the slime-encrusted pads. They're okay. A lot better than the ones we got. More armor and the 3 health every 4 seconds is pretty good. Looks like this Warlock's using Haunt as well. His corruption dotted quite a bit. Guess that's what happens when you have Haunt on the target, right? Shadow dots do a lot of damage. I think there's a vendor over here that we could go to. We turn that in. I really hope we can get this soul shard, guys. I really wanted to get this ruined today. Seems like we're going to be over an hour on this video. Oh, it's too bad. There he is. Alright. Let's get everything we can here. Gotta get him down a little bit. It's just a soul shard. What the heck, dude? He's supposed to give you... Oh, we're in this group again. Oh my gosh. Is that why? That's gotta be why, maybe. I don't know why. You never really know. It's supposed to say... Soul of Greed. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't really want to wait again. So... Maybe we'll just chill here. Maybe I'll like call the episode here. We'll start again. Because we're going to have to wait another 10 minutes just for him to spawn. I think what we'll do is we'll hang out here and I'll call the episode, and the next episode we'll hopefully get the soul shard, guys. But yeah, guys, my bad. I didn't really time this too well. Probably should have just went right up here. I didn't think it would take us like a bunch of attempts just to get the soul agreed. But next episode, we'll get it. And yeah, we'll have a new rune. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.